Hey guys, welcome to Attachment Authority with Jesse Rast here with Jesse Rast Enterprises. Today we're going to focus on a little bit of what we talked about last episode, but we're going to get into more detail. We're going to talk about a root grapple and a grapple rake and how to choose either or item. We're going to go through the basic details of each item. I'm going to actually show you on the screen here the differences of each one and where you need to use it in different applications, So this episode is going to be mainly focused for our contractors, our land clearing guys, our end users, our weekend warriors, pretty much anybody that's buying a grapple that's wanting to clear a little bit of their property. It doesn't matter if you're a big guy, small guy, man. Everybody's welcome here, man. So we'll go ahead and get into it, okay? So here we go. So the first item on the agenda is a root grapple. What is a root grapple? What sizes do they make? Do they make them for skid steers? Do they make them for tractors? Do they make them for mini skids? Well, yeah, we make them for all. And going deeper today, I'm going to talk about a company that I deal with directly is Construction Attachments out of Lenoir, North Carolina. And we're going to talk about specifically their grapples and what we have to offer and the differences between the two. So we'll get into it. Okay. So what is a root grapple? So we'll get here a root grapple. All right. So a root grapple is specifically designed for demolition cleanup, for cleaning up debris after a storm, anything that's on top of the ground that you want to grab. Most of the times the tines are a little closer together. It's more made for picking up items and using those two top clamps as we discussed right here, to grasp material a little better. You can see that better right there. Okay. Yep. So this is for the guy that, is just clearing logs and that kind of stuff. Because you can see how that design right there actually helps hold the logs a lot better. Squeezing with two cylinders independent of one another. Now, we also make the mini root grapple, as you can see right there. Mini root grapples are for your mini skids, We make them in a bunch of different sizes, 36, 48, and 54. That's a big deal. Also, we make our compact root grapples. So on your compact tractors, you don't need you don't need too heavy of a grapple, is what I'm saying. So you want to utilize the power of your loader to pick up what you can pick up. If you have too heavy of a grapple, you end up spending the majority of your time picking up the grapple and a little bit of the time picking up the actual product you're after. So we do make compact root grapples at Cal4, Construction Attachments. We make those in 54, 60, 66, and 72. They all have a weight on them, so you need to take that into account too. Like I said, heavier is not always better. Now, going into some bigger units, we make work studio models, which is a little heavier. You're going to go with that with your up to 100 horsepower machines, 100 horsepower tractors, I'd say, would be what I'd focus on that. We make those items from a 66 to an 84 inch. Now, when you're going to a skid steer model, you're going to go with our big boys, our extreme duty and our severe extreme duty, as you can see on the screen. So all these root grapples are designed similar. You just can pick one out based on what machine you have. So if you have a subcompact tractor, obviously you're going to want to use one of our smaller grapples or our smaller, lighter weight grapples so that you can utilize more of the power of the tractor lift to pick up the material you have versus having too heavy of a grapple. So picking out that grapple and that width of grapple is a big deal too. You know what I mean? So if you're on if you have a 72-inch center to center tractor tire, then you probably want to go with a grapple about that width. But then you want to get your weight right so it accommodates it. On your these big skid steers, man, today, these 100 horsepower units, you got to be particular on what grapple you put on there. You do not want to get, a grapple that's too lightweight, because these 100 horsepower skid steers, man, they're donkeys, dude. They are grown men. You need to get extreme duty or severe extreme duty to handle it. Because when you push with those, it's like a bulldozer. Our severe extreme duties, you're looking at 1,000-pound grapple up to 1,200 pounds. And that may you seem like that's overkill. It's not, man, because look at what you got look at what you got pushing behind it, man. That big old 100 horsepower skid steer, man, they got a lot of torque, man. It's all like a solid piece of steel there, you know. So, you know, that's a root grapple. That's going to be used, like I said again, mainly for picking up logs, you know, cleanup. It's not going to sift through the soil as well, you know. It's going to be picking up logs and, you know, debris. You know, if we had a big storm like we had Helene come through, you know, we sold a lot of these grapples for that application. Yeah. So that's about a root grapple. Now, a grapple rake, okay? So for you guys that are clearing land, we're going to go down here and look at these grapple rakes. And let me slow down here a little bit. You know, when you deal with Cal 4 Construction Attachments, one of the companies I rep here in the Southeast United States, we have an 18-month warranty on all of our products, man. And I'll say that one more time. We have an 18-month warranty on all of our products. And we're made right here in the USA. We're based out of North Carolina. I live in South Carolina. So I cover the Southeast, so we can pretty much fix anything we need to fix pretty quickly here in the Southeast. So 18-month warranty. You know, look at these other brands on the market. You know, most of them are 12 months. You know, but we're really strong with that at Cal 4, and that's a big deal. So let me get back into it. So grapple rake, right? Why do we need a grapple rake? What's it good for? Well, mainly a grapple rake, you can use it for two items. You know, it's designed for your land clearing guys that have already stumped the ground. They have run their bulldozer, root rake through it, and you've got that leftover material in the ground, and you need to pick up those pieces of stick, stump, all that kind of stuff. So we would use something like this right here. You can see on my screen, this extreme root rake grapple. These come anywhere from 74 to 86 inches. Now that bad boy's a beast right there, man. That thing goes up to 86 inches. So that's a man at 1,400 pounds. And that's a very unique grapple. It also has a step, if you can see right here. It's got a step so you can step into your skid steer. So, you know, we also make, you know, a subcompact root rake, compact root rake grapple as well for your tractors, okay? So if you do have an application and you have some land that you want to, you know, sift through the ground, pick up the roots and all, and drop that dirt out the bottom, we have a smaller unit to fit our tractors up to 100 horsepower, okay? So, you know, you can utilize this bigger grapple right here for that right there, you know, you can do that. You just had to have a big loader to handle that 1,400 pounds. You with me? Now, so you see the main difference there. So going back here, you know, we've got, you see your root grapple here, you know, more for handling loose material, sorting debris, demolition site cleanup, and land clearing, as you can see here. And then, you know, you see that design, that rounded bottom, as I was talking about there, kind of like a bucket, you know. So it's got these two clamps here that's going to help you clamp those logs, and a good thing after storm cleanup. Like I said, that's what we did in Hurricane Helene, and that's real. We sold a pile of these things right here. So that's for that application. Now you'll see right here, you know, on your rake, you know, handling loose material, sorting debris, demolition site cleanup, land clearing. So, you know, it's a little wider spacing here, as you can see, and that's nice for that debris. So, you know, picking out a grapple, guys, is a big deal. You know, you don't just say you want one. You gotta know what you got and what's available on the market. And with Cal 4, we offer both of these options. 18-month warranty on everything, like I said, and all the grapples at Cal 4, you know, come with your couplers ready to go. You know what I mean? So you plug and play. You order a product from us, man, it's ready to go. Now, a little bit of specialty items we have, I want to go into, you know, more detail on grapples is we have severe duty stump grapple buckets, man. So you got guys that want to pick up a stump, you know, or dig a stump up, you know, you can go with our severe duty severe duty stump grapple bucket, you know, so you can get that stump out the ground, and then you can, if you get it out the ground, that's good, but you still got to grab it and move it out of the way. So why not go ahead and attach that grapple to it? Now, you can get a stump bucket by itself, but I recommend you go ahead and get the grapple if you're going to do it. That way you can flip it out and you can grab it and keep on going. You don't have to make 2 trips, you know what I mean? So that's another unique item we have there. Going back to it here, when you have when you're buying a grapple for your land, you need to think about those things. What am I going to be using this item for? What is my warranty? Where is this made? Where am I going to get service for this item? I'm in the Southeast. Maybe I want to stick with somebody in the Southeast. Maybe a manufacturer that's right here, like Cal 4. We're out of Lenore, North Carolina. We can service you well. Think about those warranties. You go and ask for a grapple from a dealership, man. Hey, man, first question is, hey, man, how about that warranty? Hey, man, how much does it weigh? How much can my tractor pick up? How much can my skid steer pick up? How much and make them do the math, man. Make these guys do the math for you, How much does my skid steer pick up, okay? How much does the grapple weigh, and what's that difference I have once let's say you can pick up, for just easy math here, let's say you pick up 2,000 pounds, okay? So we know the grapple weighs 1,000 pounds. Then I know, I can pick up 1,000 pounds, okay? Now, if the skid steer, whatever it is, tractor, whatever, can pick up, just for figuring purposes here, 1,000 pounds, and you got a grapple that's 700 pounds, well, dang, Bo, you can't pick up a 400 pounds. Have these conversations with your dealerships. It's very important to do, And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at Jesse Reyes Enterprises, 803-420-4102. I'd be more than happy to lead you in the right direction. But we do have dealers here in the Southeast United States that do a really good job for us here in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. Wrapping this thing up, man, second episode here, with Attachment Authority. Man, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope that I was helpful here. I've added this screen to kind of show real life things and what we're doing here, the differences in these grapples. There's a lot more items on there, So you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.